Einen wunderschönen Willkommen zum heutigen Abend. Willkommen zu einer weiteren Runde Rosewater. Und ja, wir haben ein paar Tage nicht gespielt. Ich muss jetzt erstmal schauen, wo wir sind. Und
Ich hab Urlaub.
ja, mit Verlaub, ich hab Urlaub. Die Wupperwummeln waren zusammen. Mal wieder anwesend. Das ist schön. Ich muss jetzt erstmal gucken, wo wir stehen geblieben sind. Und das meine ich wirklich im Ernst. Verdammt. Wie waren die Hotspots-Geschichten? Nee, das war's nicht. Aber warte mal, wir könnten mal gucken. Sie vermuten, dass das auch Dr. Clark passiert ist. Achso, nee, das hatten wir schon so. Zurück am Ort. Oder im. Welche Geheimnisse auch immer in diesem Laboratorium verborgen geblieben sind, sein mögen, sie sind jetzt zu den Illuminierten aufgestiegen, was so viel heißt wie, dass Phil den ganzen Bau in die Luft gejagt hat. Ich wage zu behaupten, dass er mit der Aktion selbst ziemlich zufrieden gewesen ist. Das war in der Tat die einzige Möglichkeit, die Einwohner von Chrysalis lange genug abzulenken, um in dem Museum, das sie aus Dr. Clarks Sachen gemacht haben, herumzustüffeln. Oh, das ist schön. Das ist schön. Das freut mich für dich. Nächstes Mal hältst du bei mir an hier. Ich wusste, dass sie dort etwas Gutes versteckt haben mussten und ich hatte recht. Einen Hinweis auf Dr. Clarks Aufenthaltsort fand ich in seinem Tagebuch, das eine kryptische Einladung zu einem Jolly Good Club in El Presidio enthielt. Wir sind also auf dem Weg nach El Presidio. Es bleibt nur noch die kleine Frage des Transports zu klären. Wie ich hörte, hat Lola Johnson einen Wagen zu vermieten und ist die richtige Ansprechpartnerin. Genauso ist es. Was ist das hier mit dem Schloss? Achso, das sind die. Und Kronen sind... Oh. So. Ich guck mal hier. Einstellungen, Spielanleitung. Inventar, Objekte. Oh, wie Objekte. Ah, so war das ja. Gut. Dann gehen wir mal.
Welcome back, Miss Leger.
Gucken, ob da was Neues hat.
Hey, Sheriff.
What can I do you for?
Did you ever meet Dr. Bennett Clark?
No, he only came into town every couple of weeks, until the ethericity ban got handed down. And glad I am of that. I have no use for any of that claptrap. All
Was?
it
Ist so
does
gut?
is spook folk, and sometimes blows them up.
Don't suppose you've encountered a group in the valley calling themselves the Luminarians?
The Luma what now?
Luminarians. They claim to be the protectors of Dr. Clark's artifacts. They've got a commune set up near his lab.
Oh, come on now. You're pulling my leg.
I'm serious.
Well, so long as I don't get up to nothing in town, they ain't my problem.
Thanks for the chat, Sheriff.
Come back anytime.
Okay. Und tschüss. Habe ich schon mal erwähnt, dass es wunderbar animiert ist, ja? Ich weiß nicht, ob da vielleicht echte Personen erstmal so Pate gestanden haben, wegen der Animation selber. Hier ist nichts los.
What do you want?
You're Lola Johnson, right?
Right. Who are you and what's your business?
Name's Harley Leger. My companions and I are headed to El Presidio, and we heard you've got a wagon for hire.
I do. How many are you?
5, including myself.
My fee is 40 crowns up front.
40? Ich habe aber keine 40.
40 crowns. I haven't got that much.
Then stop wasting my time and come back when you do.
Your fee seems a bit steep.
My price is my price. I don't haggle. Already been robbed once today. Don't intend to make a habit of it.
Okay.
Something of yours was stolen?
My pocket watch.
I see. What if I got it back?
I would be incredibly surprised. Unless there's something you know that I don't.
Let's just say I have my suspicions.
You and me both.
I'll come back later.
Okay. Hier bist du unsere Ärztin jetzt von Steuer, genau, da ist er.
Ah, Miss Leger, it's good to see you again. Nadine and Mr. Marquez were just telling me how you all were acquainted. Please do continue.
Zuhören, erzählt mir.
Hey, Phil, let's talk.
What about?
How did you become so proficient with explosives?
The science of it always fascinated me. Even as a child, I read a great deal about mining and demolitions. The lessons were invaluable. So, when my parents sent me to university, I studied civil engineering. Most people do not realize just how much care must be taken when dealing with dynamite.
Hang on. You have a university education?
Of course. Does this surprise you?
No, I just didn't think a revolutionary would have a degree.
Well, I do. From the Escuela Superior de Ingenieros in Madrid.
Are you looking forward to our journey west?
I more look forward to what we will find at the end of it.
Right. Carry on.
Okay, sie.
Nadine, could we have a word?
Of course. Pardon me a moment.
So, how was it working for the good doctor?
Well, he taught me everything I know about medicine. It was especially interesting during the rush. We had no shortage of patients then. I lost count of how many broken bones I set.
Seems we've a big journey ahead. Are you excited for it?
Yes, but also a bit nervous. I've never been beyond this valley.
You'll be all right. We've got a good group, and we'll look out for you.
Thank you. I appreciate your kind words.
I'll leave you to your conversation. Hey, Doc.
Miss Leger.
Did you ever make the acquaintance of Dr. Bennett Clark?
Ha! Doctor. If that man's a doctor, then I'm Hippocrates.
Shall I take that as a no?
Miss Leger, I do not associate with lunatics and crackpots, especially those who recklessly cause the deaths of innocents. Now, let's not sully the good name of higher learning any further.
Have you met any members of the Luminarians?
I beg your pardon?
They're a community living near the old Clark laboratory.
Oh, those ethericity cultists. Yes, they do make their way into town on occasion. Sometimes the women come to me seeking certain remedies and prophylactics. And I've treated 1 or 2 cases of malnutrition. The desert is a hard place to make a home. Something about the old lab draws in the gullible and deluded. Lost souls searching for meaning.
Well, that may not be a worry anymore.
I'll see you later, Doc.
Do take care of yourself.
Okay, aus hier. Warte mal, kriegen wir vielleicht noch einen Vorschuss?
Good to see you again.
Excuse me?
How can I be of assistance?
You wouldn't happen to know anything about the Luminarians, would you?
I have no idea what that word even means.
Never mind then. Did you ever happen to meet Dr. Bennett Clark?
I have Joni's account of his demonstrations at the theater, but I never saw them myself. Never met the man neither. He wasn't seen much in town.
I'll leave you to your work.
Appreciate it, ma'am.
Good to see you again, Harley. Hope you're spinning me some more.
Well, I've spent the past couple days following Jake around, gathering plenty of straw.
Glad to hear it. I like writers who go above and beyond. What do you need?
Joni, I'd like to ask, could I get an advance
Ja, der hat noch
on
nicht
my article?
bezahlt.
What for?
The long and the short of it is that Jake has invited me on an expedition. I'll need some extra crowns to cover the expenses.
What kind of an expedition?
We're going to look for Dr. Bennett Clark's missing fortune. Surely a far more interesting story, wouldn't you say?
You're right about that. Tales from the wild frontier are in vogue these days, and folk will be gumming to find out what happened to Clark. But I like people who finish what they start. Get me your assignment, then we can discuss your next one.
Understood.
Hm.
Say, did you ever get a chance to meet Dr. Bennett Clark?
Not personally, but I did attend one of his demonstrations at the Opera House back before the ban. The man knew how to put on a show, I'll say that much. Pity it all came crashing down in the end.
Have you encountered the Luminarians?
What in the ether is a luminarian?
Oh, they're in the ether, all right. They're a community of folks living near Dr. Clark's old lab who have designated themselves protectors of his artifacts. They believe Dr. Clark transcended into the ether and joined some luminous beings that live there.
That's some wild stuff. But I publish newspapers, not copper novels.
I'd best be on my way.
Right you are.
See you later, Joni.
Take care of yourself out there.
Können wir denn eigentlich unsere Story schreiben? Der Schreibmaschine da drüben?
All right, let's get this thing knocked out. But first... Okay, time to bring home the bacon. The big question, how to open? From the moment he rode on stage astride a huge, steam-spewing mechanical horse, it could not be denied that Jake Ackerman was more than your typical copperpenny showman. Following that outstanding overture, Gentleman Jake's Wild West Spectacular proceeded in a similarly gobsmacking vein. Now, the middle section needs to recapture the reader's interest.
Die Schlägerei.
Let's see. They say the true mark of a person's character is how they behave under pressure. Mr. Ackerman showed nothing but resourcefulness when he found himself taken captive on one recent occasion, the details of which he was not at liberty to disclose. But he was able to recount his escape by means of a clever ruse involving the use of common household items. A true-life tale rivaling the plots of the most lurid copper novels. And now for an ending. All in all, Mr. Ackerman has shown the true qualities of a great leader and hero. May his adventures persist and his tales continue to inspire and delight.
Keine Ahnung, ob das gut war.
All right, that should do it. Now, what should I title it? The Continuing Adventures of Gentleman Jake. And done.
Gebe ich ihm das jetzt hier, oder?
Excuse me?
I'd love to chat, Miss Leger, but I'm a bit occupied at the moment.
Don't let me distract you, then.
Hello again, Harley.
Ich habe mein Bericht fertig.
Here you are, Joni. One profile of Gentleman Jake, ready to print.
Let's have a look. You know, writing the headline is normally the editor's job. Now let's see. Goodness, this account of the show is very descriptive. You've made me feel like I was there in the front row. This is good. You've kept it brisk all the way through. Not bad, Harley. Not bad at all. A few snips here and there, and this will be fit to print. Here's your fee, as agreed. Now I know what I'm working with, I'll have a think about your next assignment.
About that. How about that piece on the search for Clark's missing fortune? That'll be better than any old profile.
Sure enough. All right then. Clark's missing fortune it is.
I've got something else.
Oh? Do tell.
While I was going around with Jake, we spent some time with the Otham. I learned that they've come under constant attack from the soldiers at Fort Beaumont.
What? Why?
That's the thing. There's no reason. They pose no threat, yet the soldiers harass them anyway. In one recent raid, all their crops were torched.
That's atrocious. People need to know about this.
I'm glad you think so. Because their leader wants their story told. She's willing to be interviewed. She gave me this statement, too.
Powerful stuff. I'll pay a visit as soon as I can and see for myself. Plenty of townsfolk could stand to learn about our neighbours in the valley. This could open their eyes.
I hope so. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to see about hiring a wagon.
Godspeed, Harley.
Krieg ich einen
No
Vorschuss?
time to waste gabbing, Leger. Get out there and write.
Natürlich nicht.
See you later, Joni.
Take care of yourself out there.
So, wir gucken mal, dass wir die Uhr rankriegen. Ne? Aha.
Maps for sale! Get your maps here!
You just keep turning up like a bad copper, don't you?
Nice to see you, too.
I'm nearly afraid to ask, what in the Sam Hill are you doing now?
I'm selling maps of the town.
To whom, exactly? Near as I can tell, I'm the only new arrival. The locals in the market for maps of a town you can circumnavigate in 10 minutes.
You're a real stick in the mud, you know that?
You have something that doesn't belong to you.
Could you be more specific?
Lola Johnson's watch. I want it back.
No can do. You swiped that watch for me fair and square.
I think you'll find it in your best interest to give me that watch back.
Oh yeah? Why's that?
Because the sheriff won't be too happy to know there's a thief in town.
You know, you're absolutely right. Be a shame if he found out who really broke into One Eye's place and stole that watch. Should I go over there right now and tell him?
That won't be necessary.
Thought as much.
Cut the crap, kid. Name your price and let's be done with it.
Oh, where's the fun in that?
I'm not playing games. Tell me how much you want for the watch.
Let's see. Taking into account the material and age. How about 10 crowns?
Fine, take the money.
Really? Just like that? Wow, that was the easiest dough I ever made. Well, except for those 2 crowns you gave me yesterday. Here you go.
Es ist immer noch günstiger, statt 40 Kronen zu bezahlen. Oh, mal Sprung.
Here, I believe this belongs to you.
I'll be damned. Where did you find it?
Jem had it.
I might have known. Little bastard. Well, one good turn deserves another. I'll knock 10 crowns off my fee.
Toll.
Here's your fee.
Aber nichts gespart.
Good. Get your posse together and meet me outside town at sundown. We'll head out then.
Aber nichts gespart. Boah, was ist das für ein Wagen?
There you are. This your group then?
This is us.
All right, folks, listen here. I'm Lola Johnson. This is my wagon. When you're in my wagon, you follow my rules. Rule 1. I'm your driver, not your friend. While we're moving, leave me be. That means no yammering in my ear about how pretty you think the mountains are. Rule 2. We stop and go as I say. I ain't interested in blowing up my engine just 'cause y'all are in a hurry. Last rule. Everybody does their part. Be it cooking, hunting, or gathering firewood. This ain't no pleasure cruise, and I won't be serving y'all. The road can be rough, but I'm an experienced navigator and tracker, so stick with me and you'll be fine. If you've got any questions, now's the time to ask.
Just how long do you expect this journey to take?
I reckon it shouldn't be more than 8 or 9 days, weather permitting. Anything else?
Regarding your first rule, what if we have an emergency?
Then tell me. Just don't bother me with small talk. I need to concentrate on driving. Anything else?
9 Tage durchfahren, mehr oder weniger.
You said you're a tracker? What's that mean exactly?
It means I'm good at finding things. One of you gets lost, or we're hunting our supper and need to trail an animal, I can do that.
So, like a bloodhound?
No, like a tracker. Compare me to a dog again, and you're finding yourself another ride. Understand?
Oh, apologies. I didn't mean to offend.
Folk rarely do. Anything else?
We understand. You'll have no trouble from us.
All right then. Let's get a move on. Time's wasting.
We are off, with the first faint tendrils of dawn at our backs. We head west for El Presidio on the trail of the elusive Dr. Clark. We have but a few days' travel before us, through the desert and mountains to reach the coast. I am rather looking forward to getting a better view of this part of the country. And should the scenery lack for diversion, I suppose I'll have recourse in the fellowship of my new traveling companions. Now that we've assembled in this unlikely venture, perhaps it's time we got to better know one another.
Feels good to be underway at last.
Yes, though I must admit I tend to become restless on long trips.
Well, we got cards, books, and conversation. Plenty of ways to pass the time.
Okay. Endlich unterwegs. Mit den ersten zarten Strahlen der Morgendämmerung im Rücken machen wir uns auf den Weg. Wir reiten nach Westen in Richtung El Presidio auf den Spuren des schwer unfassbaren Dr. Clark. Unsere Fahrerin scheint ihr Geschäft in- und auswendig zu kennen und hat eine Fülle von Regeln. Miss Johnson hat uns unmissverständlich klargemacht, dass wir, wenn wir mit diesem Wagen unterwegs sind, wie Seeleute auf See sind und sie unser oberster Kapitän. Ich glaube nicht, dass Jake diese Umgehung seiner natürlichen Autorität sehr mochte, aber solange wir nicht rausgeschmissen werden, denke ich, dass wir unser Ziel erreichen werden. Wir haben nur noch wenige Tage Fahrt durch die Wüste und die Berge vor uns, um die Küste zu erreichen. Ich freue mich schon darauf, diesen Teil des Landes besser kennenzulernen, vielleicht für die Reise den einen oder anderen interessanten Moment liefern, den ich später für Joni aufschreiben kann. Und sollte es der Landschaft an Abwechslung fehlen, werde ich wohl auf die Gesellschaft meiner neuen Reisegefährten zurückgreifen können. Nun, da wir uns zu diesem seltsamen Unterfangen zusammengefunden haben, ist es vielleicht an der Zeit, dass wir uns gegenseitig besser kennen. Sehr schön. Speichern. So, was haben wir denn hier alles? Wir haben viele Sachen. Wir gucken erstmal.
I don't think I've read most of these. Scooch over a touch, would you, Phil?
Hey, I see something up ahead, by the side of the road. Looks like some kind of castle?
Wagon's slowing down.
Guess it caught Lola's eye, too. Let's have a look.
Now that is some truly impressive architecture.
Do you think so? Truly? That it does, impress?
Is this your work?
I am indeed visionary, architect, and soul laborer. My name is Vilja Sirkas. What you see before you is a monument to love.
How do you mean?
This is my marriage proposal to my darling Marta. Every stone you see has been placed by my hand with utmost care. Soon it shall be completed, and my castle will have its queen.
Damn, feller. You're making the rest of us menfolk look bad.
I'm going into town to pick up a few things. I'll see y'all back on the wagon.
I'll come with you.
Not sure what's in them, but they look heavy. Suppose it gets the job done, eventually. I can't even begin to imagine how many stones it took to build that thing.
Die Frage ist es bloß aufgesteckt oder ist da noch mehr dran? können nach links noch weggehen.
This fellow's been busy. No doubt about that.
Will hier rein? Nein.
Pardon me, Mr. Circus?
Yes, ma'am?
There's plenty of ways to profess your love. Why a castle?
I am architect and engineer by trade. Building things is what I know. And my beloved Martha always loved castles. I thought this would be fitting. She will be so surprised when she sees it. I cannot wait to see her face.
I want to hear more about this Martha. How did you meet her?
Her father was chairman of rail company where I worked in Rampton. He introduced us.
And you started courting?
For a time, yes. Then my work brought me to Western Vespuccia, but we have corresponded. I send letter every month.
Hang on. When was the last time you saw Martha?
Just before I came here. 7 years.
God.
You're telling me you haven't seen Martha in 7 years, and you've built her this castle hoping she'll marry you? What if she says no?
She will not refuse me. Not when she sees what I can give her. But perhaps you will see for yourself. I sent her telegram to invite her here, and she sent a response. Today she will be here.
Okay.
You have an interesting accent. Where do you come from?
I am from Lithuania. I came to Vespuccia to work on railroad and build bridges.
And how has this country treated you, compadre?
Very well. I have had many opportunities. The money I earned allowed me to build my dream.
Is it your intention to actually live in this place?
Of course.
Wouldn't it help to have some doors?
All in due time. My dear Martha has delicate constitution. Desert heat will be good for her health.
Does she have problems with her breathing?
Yes, I believe so. Often when I would visit, her housemaid would say she was too ill to see anyone.
I've heard that one before.
Ich auch.
You said you built this all by yourself? How'd you manage that?
As I said, I am engineer by trade. There are plenty of stones all around. I simply gather and place them.
So have you been building this castle for 7 years then?
About that long, yes. I began at once when I moved here, so that I could bring Martha here to live with me as soon as possible.
Caramba.
Great work takes time.
I'll just be off for now. Thanks for the talk.
Oh, der tut mir leid. Der wird so enttäuscht sein. Die wird extra vorbeikommen und zu sagen so, haha. Oh, ich glaube, das ist Martha.
Harley, does it seem to you that something is not quite right about Mr. Circus' story?
I had that thought, yes.
I have a suspicion that the lady over there might have some clarification to offer.
Ich glaube auch.
Guess nobody wrote in today. Ma'am?
Yes?
Your name wouldn't happen to be Martha, would it?
Why, yes it is. Martha Ward. Do I know you?
No, but I've heard lots about you. Mr. Villia Circus told me all about you.
Oh, did he? Is he now enlisting strangers to assist him courting a married woman?
Wait, you're married?
Quite happily, 6 years last June.
Santa Maria.
Does Mr. Circus know that?
No. That's why I'm here.
Oh God.
How did you and Mr. Circus meet?
He worked for my father's company. We were introduced at a Yuletide soiree. He was pleasant enough, but then he began calling on me at home. I didn't wish to encourage him, but he kept pursuing me anyway.
Oh, Stalker. Oh Gott, ein Stalker.
Did you ever actually tell Mr.
Nein, hat sie
Circus
nicht.
you weren't interested?
I gave him no favorable sign. Eventually, I stopped receiving him with my father's blessing. He imagined a better match for me than some associate engineer. Thankfully, Mr. Circus was reassigned to Western Vespuccia after a few months.
Is your husband aware that you've come here?
Oh, heavens, no, he'd be furious. I left him a note saying I was going to visit my sister. Naturally, he has no idea Circus even exists. But he's very protective.
Mr. Circus told me you've been corresponding all this time.
Is that what he said?
He claims to have sent you a letter every month.
And they've each gone straight into the fire. I would have thought he'd get the message after years with no reply. But he's left me no choice except to come here and spell it out for him.
Oha.
Is the desert heat making you feel better?
I beg your pardon?
Mr. Circus said it might help your delicate constitution.
Yes, I suppose he would think that. You see, when I didn't wish to receive him, I would instruct my staff to make excuses. Say I wasn't feeling well, or away taking the water somewhere. It wasn't entirely forthright of me, I admit, but Circus was vexatiously persistent.
Enjoy your day, ma'am.
You as well. And if you see Mr. Circus again, please don't tell him I'm staying here. I'll go and speak with him when I'm ready.
Ach, hey. Ein bisschen tut er mir leid. Der glaubt uns niemals mal wetten.
Pardon me, Mr. Circus?
Yes, ma'am?
Mr. Circus, there's something you should know about Martha.
What? What is it?
Well, it turns out she's married. Has been for 6 years.
What? How do you know this? Did you meet her?
Yes. She said she would come speak to you when she was ready.
Ah, this explains everything. When I did not hear from her, I blamed this country's ineffectual postal service. But clearly this brute has kept her from writing, or even hidden my letters from her.
No, you don't understand.
Oh, I understand. I understand very well. She would not have agreed to come if she did not want to escape unhappy marriage.
Ah, right. I'll just be off for now. Thanks for the talk.
Goodbye.
Oh mein Gott.
I cannot believe that fool spent all his time chasing a married woman. Has he no shame?
You know, I can't help but remember the time I made a grand declaration of love. Wasn't quite this elaborate, but it came close.
I'll bet. You spare no expense when it comes to pageantry.
Certain things that need saying deserve to be said in a big way. Leastways, that's my thinking.
I really do admire this gentleman's dedication. It's rare to find someone so committed to anything.
Committed? Obsessed, I'd say.
Is it obsession to want to finish what you start? To build a home? To enjoy?
This is something else. This guy's a special shade of lunatic. Best not bother him unless I've got something to ask.
Okay.
February 9th, Clark.
Ah, okay, das war das Ding. Wir reden dann nochmal mit ihr. Wir haben nicht viele Möglichkeiten.
Ma'am?
Yes?
Mr. Circus seems convinced you're going to leave your husband for him.
And I'm sure Mr. Circus also believes pigs can fly.
Oh,
How
ja.
will you deal with him? He clearly won't take no for an answer.
I'll find a way. I'll just...
Martha!
Bronson, what are you doing here?
I'd ask you the same. Why did you lie to me?
Oh, Bronson, I didn't want to, but I had no choice. Things are just so complicated.
What in the ether does that mean? And who are these people?
Mr. Ward, I presume? The only thing that should concern you is that there's a crazy man looking to marry your wife.
What are you talking about?
Please, Bronson, I can explain everything.
Damn fine idea. Start by telling me what you're really doing here.
I came to deal with some personal business.
Personal business? What personal business could you have?
It's as the woman said. I have an unwanted suitor. I've come here to tell him to leave me alone once and for all.
You what? Where is he? I'll kill him.
No, you will not.
I will so. Tell me where to find the bastard.
I will do no such thing. Please, you must listen to me.
Say your piece and be quick.
The poor man is delusional. The situation needs to be handled delicately. I knew you would be put out if I told you I was coming here. This is my responsibility. You must let me handle it.
My responsibility is to protect you. Speak with him then. I'll be close enough to put one between his eyes if he tries anything funny.
My hero.
Da siehst du. Die läuft aber sehr komisch. Wir gehen mal hinterher gucken. Nur gucken, was passiert.
Mr. Circus, please. I have a husband and 2 lovely children. As flattered as I am, you must understand that we are not meant to be.
I cannot accept this, my dear Martha. Not without knowing why.
Lieb dich nicht.
Why did you not tell me you no longer desired my affections?
That is to say,
Mr. Circus does have a point. You should have at least said something.
Yeah.
Yes, perhaps, but I didn't know how.
Martha, I am here now. Tell me what you feel.
I feel nothing for you. I never did. I don't know why I never said anything. I think I was afraid of your reaction. But I hoped you would take my silence as a clear indication of my disinterest.
I cannot believe what I am hearing. I spent 7 years building this castle for you. All my money, everything I own was spent to fund the construction. And now, this.
You know, the pair of you make me sick.
I beg your pardon?
This poor dimwit wastes years of his life obsessing over a woman too lily-livered to tell him the truth. I'd say you deserve each other.
And here I thought you were on my side.
Harley is right. You each need to face your truths.
Disgraceful.
Perhaps I should have been bolder in speech and made my refusal more plain.
And I should have heard the words in your silence.
I'm terribly sorry it all had to turn out this way, Vilius. Please forgive me. And forget me.
I can promise the one, never the other. Goodbye, Martha.
Rough break, fella. But there's plenty of mares on the plain.
You speak of horses when I have been spurned by a goddess.
Now then, deifying was probably your first mistake.
What's going on here?
Oh, you missed a hell of a show.
You gonna be all right, Mr. Circus?
I will carry on.
What will you do with this castle?
It is the only home I have. I am not sure.
Why not take the opportunity to do some good? You could use this place to shelter the needy. Even make it an orphanage.
A place for the abandoned and bereft? Why not? It is that already.
We done here?
I believe so.
Good.
Schönes Intermezzo. Rotterdam. Spain. Schloss eines Laubenvogels. Ein kurioser Anblick am Straßenrand zwang uns zum... Steht jetzt der Westen. Okay, zum Anhalten. Eine Art Schloss oder architektonischer Wahnsinn, der aus verschiedenen Steinen zusammengesetzt ist. Unglaublicherweise war es das Werk eines einzigen Mannes, eines Ingenieurs namens Villiers, der es im Laufe von 7 Jahren als Liebeserklärung errichtet hatte. Es erinnerte mich an die Weise, wie Laubenvögel ihre Hochzeitsparty gestalten, indem sie große Stapel hübscher Dinge arrangieren, um ihre Weibchen zu blenden und zu gewinnen. Eine große Geste, aber eine vergebliche. Die fragliche Dame war keine liebestolle Jungfer, sondern eine Frau, die seit 6 Jahren verheiratet und außerdem entschlossen war, nichts mehr mit diesen fehlgeleiteten Freier zu tun haben zu wollen. Tatsächlich war sie genau an diesen Tag gekommen, um es ihm endlich zu sagen, mit dem eifersüchtigen Ehemann auf den Fersen, der darauf achtete, dass sie keinen Unfug anstellte. Genau, Ding. Immer diese Nebenquests. Ich muss sagen, dass es für den liebeskranken Architekten nicht so gut gelaufen ist. Ein paar Trottel, die beiden, der eine ein verblendeter Fantast, die andere ein selbstsüchtiger Feigling. Ich würde fast sagen, dass sie sich gegenseitig verdient haben, aber vielleicht hat das Ganze ja auch etwas Gutes. Das Schloss könnte ein gutes Waisenhaus werden. Jetzt haben wir hier den Westen.
Phil?
Señorita?
Will this be your first time visiting El Presidio?
It will. I have heard many tales of this so-called Mouth of the West. I am curious to find out which ones are true.
You're very polite, Phil, but please, call me Harley.
What is wrong with Señorita?
It's not my name.
Ah, but it is a sign of respect. I would never dream of addressing a new Spanish lady by her given name.
Well, things are different here.
As I am learning. If you wish it, it will be so.
Appreciate it. We'll talk more later.
I look forward to it.
Es wird Nacht, Señorita.
Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley. Something I'd like to ask you.
Okay.
You seem quite well traveled. What's it like in a big city?
Well, everywhere's different. I've never been to El Presidio before.
It's big, but from what I hear, not as crowded as cities back east.
Doubt it's anything you can't handle. Stick with us and you'll be fine.
That is something of a comfort.
So how'd you become a healer? Did you go to school?
No. I mean, I attended the missionary school for a few years as a child, but not to learn medicine. I was taught by Dr. Sedgwick. I worked as his apprentice for nearly a decade. He was a wonderful guardian and mentor. I am grateful for all his care.
You said Doc Sedgwick was your guardian? What about your parents?
I never knew my mother. She died soon after I was born. My father worked for Dr. Sedgwick, which is how I came to his household. He took me in when my father died from an infected wound.
I'm so sorry. How old were you?
I don't remember exactly, but I couldn't have been more than 5.
Did that have anything to do with you choosing to learn medicine?
I suppose so. Yes. If I can save somebody's loved one, grant them extra time to cherish together, well, there's no better way to help people, is there?
Das stimmt.
When did you return to the Otham?
I went to them in April of last year, but it wasn't a return. They took me in. People were leaving town, and there was less need for me at the clinic. It was Dr. Sedgwick who encouraged me to find my own path. The Otham were kind to accept me as a guest, but truthfully, I'm glad for this opportunity to travel with you and the others.
You said the Otham took you in. They aren't your people?
No. I don't know who my people are. My father never told Dr. Sedgwick, and I have no memories of him talking about it. I think my parents came from somewhere to the east, but I'm not even sure of that.
Have you ever tried tracking down where you came from?
No, I've considered it, but it's complicated. Perhaps someday.
We're slowing down again.
Good. I could use a change of environment. Harley, could I have a word outside?
Sure.